Hello everyone, this is Heading Tian. In this video, we will learn chapter 7.3, the law of cosines. In previous video, we learned the law of sines. And let's do a little bit review. Law of sines. So if for the law of sines, we can use the law of sines formula A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. And we use this formula, we can solve three cases. The first case is SAA, that means one side and two angles, or ASA, one angle and then the sides between another angle. So SAS, and another one is SSA. So this is the ambiguous case. So this one, we need to pay more attention on this one. Because if we have, so in first two cases, we have two angles. So if we have two angles, one side, so we can find another side. And for the SSA, if we have two sides, one angle, we can find another angle, and then we can solve. So we can find another angle and find another side. So solve the triangle. This is law of sines. How about law of cosines? For the case SAS, so if I have a triangle ABC. ABC. So this case SAS, that means side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. That means we have lowercase c, lowercase a, and b. So in the law of sines, if we have C, B, and A, so we can't solve any variables by this equation because we have A and sine B and C. So we can't solve the SAS case by the law of sines. How about the SSS? That means I know for three sides, A, B, C, the lowercase a, B, C, these are the lengths of the sides. That means A, B, C. So I can't find the angle by this formula. That means we need the new formula we called law of cosine. Let's continue to see what does the law of cosine look like. So this is a law of cosine. So if we have a triangle, any kind of triangle, acute or obtuse, so A, B, C, A, B, C. And this case is SAS. So if we are looking for the side A, and the given information is B, C, and cosine A, that means B, C, and A. That means side, angle, side. So side, angle, side. So we can find the A by the law of cosine. Law of cosine equals is A squared. That's A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC times cosine A. So this one is very similar to this. So A minus B squared equals A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. So it's very similar, right? B squared plus C squared minus 2BC minus something times cosine A. Actually, I just they have nothing related. I just let you use this way to memorize the right-hand side of the law of cosine. So if you think it's not necessary, you can erase it. So if we know SAS, the side, angle, and the side, we can find the opposite side of the angle A. So in this case, the side A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC times cosine A. And the second one, if we're looking for the length of B, the side B, and the given information is C, A, and angle B, S, A, S. That means B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC times cosine B. C is the same. If we are looking for the little c, the length, the side C, A and B is given, and the angle C is given, we can use A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times cosine C. That's the lowercase c. On the left-hand side, the alternative form. The alternative form, that's we're looking for cosine A. If we know three sides, this is a SSS case. SSS case, because if we know all of these three sides and we are looking for A, we can use B squared plus C squared minus A squared divided by 2BC. So we can find the angle A by finding the inverse of cosine. Okay, how do we get the cosine A have this expression? We go back to see this law of cosine formula. So since we want to find the cosine A, we can isolate the cosine A. And then, so from this expression, I can write it down here. So A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. So I want to move this term to the left. So here become positive. So 2BC times cosine A. And then move this term to another side. That's B squared plus C squared minus A squared. Isolate cosine A means divided by 2BC. 2BC, both sides 2BC. And then we can find cosine A equals B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. That means if I have three sides, we can find any angle for the triangle. So this is an expression of cosine A. This is cosine B equals A squared plus C squared minus B squared over AC, 2AC, sorry. And the cosine C equals A squared plus B squared minus C squared over 2AB. Okay, let's use the formula to solve the questions. So here are two steps solving the problem SAS and SAS. So I put SAS case. The first step, use the law of cosine, find the opposite side. Yes, of course, because the given, for example, A and the B. The given information is A and B and the angle C. So we can use the formula, find the lowercase c, the length of the C by the law of cosine. And then next step, use the law of sine, find the angle of angle opposite the shorter side. Why we're using the sine to find other angles? Oh, sorry, find the angles, other angles, because sine is easier. Law of sine formula is very easy. So we use that one. And also so we have learned from the law of sine, that is A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C What's the meaning of this? That means the A corresponding to a bigger angle if A is the longest. So let's draw a picture. So if I have oblique I have obtuse triangle ABC. If C is the biggest angle, is the greatest angle, so this angle is bigger than B and A. So the opposite side, the lowercase c, is also the longest side in the triangle. If B, here is, oh, sorry, no, not B. Here is B. So here is B. So B over sine B equals C over sine C. So if B is big, so the angle B is big. But if B is not that big, like smaller than C, that means the B is smaller than C. And one thing you need to remember that in the right triangle, in the triangle, at most we can have one obtuse angle. That means we can only have one so let's say at most in the triangle, at most has one angle, or so I better say angle alpha. We only at most have one angle alpha is greater than 90 degrees. Why? Because we can't have more than one obtuse angle, because A plus B plus C must be equal to 180 degrees. If we have two angles, it's more than 90. So this is 91, this is 92. So the sum of these two angles is more than 180 degrees. You can't have another angle is negative angle. That means at most has one angle is greater than 90 degrees. And so go back to see number 2. Use the law of sine, find the angle opposite to the shorter side. And when we are using the law of sine formula to find the angle, the A maybe has two cases. So one is less than 90 degrees. Second one is greater than 90 degrees. If we have if we choose the longer side, so it has the case that maybe it's longer side or longest side. The opposite of longest side is an obtuse angle, or it's an acute angle. So we have two cases. But if we choose the shorter side, that means this angle must be the acute angle. So make the things easier. I'm not sure you understand these words, but if you don't understand why we are using the sine, law of sine to find the shorter side, you just memorize that. First step, use the law of cosine, find the opposite side. Second step, use the law of sine to find the angle opposite to the shorter side. Because from the second step, we can always find acute angle. It brings us less problems and less mistakes for us. So follow these two steps to solve a triangle by the SAS case. Okay, let's see the example. Solve the triangle with A equals 52 degrees, B equals 22, and C is 35. So they provide us SAS. So let's use the law of cosine. So we can first step find the A. A equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC times cosine A. Cosine A, just put an A here. And then A squared equals B is 22 squared plus C squared 35 squared minus 2BC 2 times 22 times 35 times cosine 52 degrees, and use the calculator. So let's use calculator to find the A, length of A, and make sure your mode is degree mode. Yes, we are in the degree mode. If it's not, so highlight the degree and hit enter. And second mode, we quit. So plug in all of these informations. 22 squared. So here is squared. And then plus 35 squared minus 2 times 22 times 35, and then cosine 52, close the parentheses. Let's see. This is A squared. So let's take the square root. So you see this is a square root. I need to click second and this button to square root it. So second square root, and then I just click this button, highlight the solution or the result we have found in previous step, and then hit enter. So this number come to the square root, and then hit the enter again. So this keep one decimal place. That means we have 27.6. So A is about 27.6. So it's 27.6. And then choose the shortest side. This is the shortest side. And then find the angle B by the law of sine. So that means B, that's 22 over sine B equals, so this angle is given, this side is given. So I can put A over sine A. And then plug in all the information in it. So B is 22. 22 over sine B equals A is 27.6, and sine A is sine 52 degrees. 52 degrees, and use our calculator, we can find the sine B. Sine B equals 22 times sine 52 degrees over 27.6. So use the calculator. That's 22 times sine 52 degrees divided by 27.6. Let's see, that's 0. If I keep 4 decimals, because these are the steps, I need to keep more decimals to make it accurate. 0.6281. 6281. It's about 0.6281. So the B, angle B equals the inverse of sine 0.6281, right? This is 1, not 7. This is parentheses. So it's about, I'm not sure it's about or not. So just put the sign here. So second sign, and then highlight this number, click enter. I think it's too much. I can delete something. Delete. I just need to keep 4 decimals. So close the parentheses, hit enter. That's about 38.9. 38.9 degrees. So is that all? Oh, we still need to find the C. Angle C equals 180 degrees minus A minus B. These are all angles. So let's see. Use a calculator again. So clear. 180 minus 52 for A. 52 minus, this is 38.9. 38.9. What is that? 89.1. 89.1. Do I have all the information? Yes, we have 3 sides and 3 angles. So for the summary, if I have more space, I should write something here, but I don't have. So I can put this summary here. A, the angle A, capitalized A is 52 degrees. B equals, can I say equal? I better not, because it's not an exact value, that's approximate value. 38.9 degrees. Angle C is, don't forget degrees here, 89.1 degrees. And the A, side A is 27.6. Is that accurate one? No, this is approximate. And B equals 22 is given. C is 35. So that's how we find the value. Let's see if I'm correct. Oh, I don't have this in my solution. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's correct. No mistake. Okay, let's move on to C. Next one. Solve a triangle using law of cosine. The case is SSS. That means they provide us SSS, 3 sides value. And how to solve this kind of question? The first step, use the law of cosine, find the largest angle. Because for the law of cosine, it's easier to find the largest angle, because when we are doing the inverse, so cosine inverse, for example, I put a value, I put X here. So this one can be here or here, first quadrant or second quadrant. So if I'm looking for the largest angle, so the calculator will provide me an angle from 0 to pi. So that's a good angle I like, because if it's acute, it's here. If it's not acute, it's oblique, is obtuse, is in second quadrant. So the calculator will provide us the accurate angle for the inverse cosine. This is the first step. Second step, use the law of sine, find the other angle. Since if we find here the largest angle, and then use the sine to find the other angle, so other angle must be acute, because largest one, we can at most have one oblique, no, obtuse. Why I always make this mistake? Obtuse angle that's greater than 90 degrees. So when we are using sine, law of sine, that must be a acute angle. So it brings us less problems. So let's see this example. Solve triangle with A, B, and C provided. These are the lengths of the sides. And then let's solve the triangle. So first, use the law of cosine, find the largest angle. So largest angle is the opposite of the longest side. So the C, I mean the angle C is the largest angle. So let's use the alternative form of the law of cosine, or you go back to use C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times cosine C, and then isolate this cosine C. Or you spend some time just memorize what does the cosine C looks like. Cosine C equals A squared plus B squared minus C squared over 2AB. And then plug in the ABC in the expression. So A is 24.6 squared plus B is 16.2 squared minus 30 minus, here must be minus 33.5 squared over 2AB. 2 times A is 24.6 times 16.2. That's B. And then use a calculator. Here we need a lot of, we need to use a lot of calculator to compute. So 24.6 squared, this is squared. So plus 16.2, sorry, 16.2 squared minus 33.5 squared. Oh, I forgot the parentheses because these are the numerators. So second, this button, I can insert something. Second, delete, insert the parentheses. And then click another parentheses. Divided by 2, better use parentheses. 2 times 24.6 times 16.2. Let me check if everything good. I think so. I hope so. So click enter. So this is a negative value for cosine C. Okay, that's normal. So cosine C equals this, negative 3195, because we keep 4 decimals. 3195. It's about negative 0.3195. Is that correct? 3195. Okay. Then find the angle C. That's about the inverse of cosine, negative 0.3195. So let's use a calculator. Second, cosine, that's inverse. Negative, this is negative. 0.3195. Close the parentheses. They provide us 108.6. So read the question. To the nearest tenth of degree. To nearest tenth, that means just keep 1 decimal. That means 108.6. 108.6. This is 108.6 degrees. And then next step, use the law of sine, find another angle. So any angle should be fine because this is a biggest angle. That means another two, they are acute. So I don't need to worry too much. So any angle should be fine. So maybe I can choose A. It doesn't matter which one, A or B. So A over sine A equals, because we have the C, so we can use C. So C, yeah, I mean, this one is angle C. So if you can't differentiate angle and the sides, so use this symbol, represent the angle C. So our length of C is here. So bottom one, sine C. So A is 24.6. Sine A is unknown here. And then C is 33.5. 33.5 over sine C. Sine C is 108.6. 108.6 degrees. So we can find sine A. So sine A, come to here, equals 24.6 times sine 108.6 degrees over 33.5. Come back. Okay, use the calculator. So 24.6 times sine 108.6 degrees divided by 33.5 and hit enter. Oh, that's about 0.69695 59. So this is 0.6960. It's about 0.696. And then the angle A equals, so let's use the calculator again to find the inverse of sine. So second sine 0.696, close the parentheses. That's 44.1. So the angle A is about 44.1 degrees. So I can do the summary. So angle A is 44.1 degrees. Angle B is, oh, I haven't solved the B. So the last step is angle B. Angle B is 180 degrees minus A minus C. So let's find. My bad. So 180 minus what is C is 108.6, and then minus, oh, I first minus C, it doesn't matter. So minus A is 44.1. Then hit enter, that's 27.3. So B is about 27.3 degrees. So angle B equals 27.3 degrees, and angle C is about 108.6 degrees. And the A equals 24.6, B equals 16.2, C equals 33.5. We solved the triangle. So here is the summary. Okay.